Welcome back to another edition of Doggin It. I am Molina Mike, and I'm out here at the Rocking Q in Harlingen, Texas, on location for the Fedor versus Kopin match. Let me know in the chat if you guys are able to hear me. I haven't quite tested out all the bugs and all that stuff, but we're here, and we're joined by Fedor Gorst. How are you, buddy?
What's up, guys? I'm doing good, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I had to travel like 2 hours to get you on the show because last time we talked, you were like, "There's no way I'm coming on." But you're coming off a real big week at the International.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good week. Could have been even better week, but I'm still happy with the way everything turned out there.
Let's start with the International because, and I want to just talk about the play for a minute. You ended up doing pretty good to start off with in the 10 ball. The bracket kind of set itself up for a lot of fun and drama, and I just want to pick your brain a little bit. What was it like whenever you looked at the bracket and you draw David in that very first round?
I mean, honestly, everybody understand what I felt there, but I mean, I was just trying to concentrate on the game. I wasn't trying to think that I had to prove something because I don't really have anything to prove.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have anything to prove, and but I mean, during that tournament, I felt a little bit different. Honestly,
Right.
I felt like I had to prove that they're a little bit wrong there.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I'm happy that I played really good during that Temple tournament. It started with the one pocket. The week started with the one pocket, and I finished third. I lost to Skyler, where I could have won.
You were up like 2-1, weren't you? Or 2-0?
I was up 2-0, and I mean, it was weird because I felt that I was in control even in the third game. I was running balls, but I came a little bit short and tried the stupid shot, which I shouldn't play the way I played it. And I mean, everything turned around, and I lost that game, and then lost the next game on the last two balls. And the Hill game was crazy.
He's kind of got like a wily one pocket game like yours. Like we don't really know where to peg you guys or where you guys really stack up. That actually wouldn't be a pretty bad matchup, gambling wise, I think.
Yeah, Skyler, you got action.
We're gonna try to get him on hopefully this week sometime. He doesn't know it yet, but we're gonna reach out to him. So you come in third. Where's your one pocket game at right now? Who are you looking at to go and play? Are you looking to even play anyone right now?
Yeah, I am.
So Fedor's open for business, right?
I'm always open for business, but I think we're trying to set up the game with Roberto Gomez.
His game's on the upswing.
I mean, yeah, he's really playing good this year, and I think I'd never beat him this year playing one
What
pocket.
do you mean, like tournament?
In the one pocket, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I beat him once, maybe twice.
It's funny because I remember seeing like Alan and Jason kind of mention his name over the last like 6 months, and I was like, to be honest, I thought it was a little bit of a joke, but because of the way that his game has been on the upswing, it actually ain't a bad matchup.
No, and I honestly think that he's smarter player in a one pocket. I mean, he outmoves me.
But I think you hold your nerves a little better than Roberto.
Maybe
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
So it's even.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, there you go. So he moves better, but you happen to do everything else on earth a little better.
No, not everything.
Yeah. Well, so are you guys in talks at all, or?
Yeah, we're looking for maybe December. I mean, we're still early in our negotiations.
Yeah.
So I really don't have anything to say right now.
Well, I think it'd be pretty good. I think the fans would like to see it. I mean, you always are a fan favorite, at least here in the States. I mean, actually across the world. But this past week of all weeks proved how many fans you have here in the States. I just want to touch base with you on that for a little bit.
Yeah,
How crazy that was.
it's honestly crazy how much support I had this past weeks, months, and I mean, I flew in here in March and never felt bad. I mean, honestly, I'm in the other country on the different side of the world from my home country, and I never felt bad during that time. And I traveled a lot and
All
different
across
places.
the States.
Yeah,
You're everywhere.
yeah, I've been everywhere, and everybody treated me really well, and it was really good.
Well, let's circle back to the International because by the way, guys, the match starts in about an hour. You can go check it out at omegabilliards.com. The pay-per-view, Kopin, Fedor Gorst, race to what, 60?
Race to 60, race to 30 today.
Race to 30. 9 ball, 9 on the spot.
Not on the spot, 3-point rule. Same
3 point rule. Same way you played Carlo then.
same way we play with Carlo. Yeah,
Okay. And then but the Matchroom is no 3 point rule, right?
Matchroom is not doing the 3 point rule.
But you
No,
guys are.
we are. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
All
a 2-man tournament.
right. Who do you think has the edge there, buddy?
Where in our match?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't play if I wasn't thinking
Well,
I
of
have
course.
an edge.
Yeah.
But I mean, Kopini is a great player.
Both you guys are world champions.
Yeah, and I mean, it's 9 ball. It's a long race. I get it. It evens
I
thing.
like this way better than playing the 120 though, man. Like
Oh
a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
better.
yeah. Me too. But I think 120 favors me more
What do you mean?
because the longer race, I feel like there will be more swings
Yeah.
to where I can turn the match around if something goes. For example, if he gets the lead in the beginning of the match in a race to 60, it may not show up. My comeback will.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to say it properly, but
You think the pressure might be like more amped up with the shorter race because if you are, let's say, you get stuck a little early on, you don't have as much of a cushion to kind of play
yeah,
with
that's
when
what
it
I'm
comes
trying
to
to
making
say.
up the ground.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. There will be more pressure, which I like. I like that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. Race to 120. It's a grind.
It's
It's
brutal, man.
8-9 hours a day at least. You're going back to sleep. You sleep for 9 hours, and you understand you have to come back in like 2-3 hours.
What was that like physically for you playing that match with Carlo? Like, how taxing was it on you, man?
It was tough. The first day, especially, I never played such a long race. After first day, I felt like exhausted already, and understanding that you have to fight for 2 more days.
Yeah.
It was brutal, but honestly, the second day was better, and I had the lead after day two. I had a big lead, and I think it helped me because I didn't have as much pressure
What
coming
would
to
you
day three.
attribute that lead to? Was it more of like you punishing him or Carlo's inability to break the balls effectively?
It was both. I mean, Carlo wasn't breaking great, and I was breaking way better. I mean, confidence wise, I felt really good, and that's why I was playing the way I was playing.
I mean, you could have laid down a little bit, man. I mean, you beat
I
him by like
I
40
could have
games.
in all of my matches. I could have, but
You don't got it in you.
no.
No, you're just a winner. There was everybody knows the kind of year that you've had, besides the obvious on AZ Beer's money list being number one for this year. Everyone just sees you dominate, and it doesn't matter the game, whether it's 10 ball, 9 ball, one pocket. Everybody that's come in front of you, you put them down. I'm sure a lot of people, including bettors on the rail, think that you're a big favorite here. I've seen somewhere like around 10 games, but there was something that kind of eluded you this year, and I know your Mosconi Cups were kind of up and down as far as you thinking whether or not you make it or not. Let's talk about how the last couple of weeks have been for you in that regard. How tough was it to find out that David was put on the team where a lot of people thought that that fifth spot should have gone to you?
You told me you're not going to ask that question. I mean, obviously, I wasn't happy, but I mean, we have to move on. We have to admit
Yeah.
it, and it's not the end of not the end of the world, and we have so many tournaments that we have to focus on. Even after that announcement, I had 2 tournaments already.
Yeah.
Playing
And
here,
done well in them.
then Monday. Yeah, honestly, it's tough. I mean, it was tough, but it gave me extra motivation, which I honestly struggled the last couple of months. I couldn't find motivation.
Even
Maybe
though you've had all this success.
I think that's why.
Because you haven't really been challenged, you think?
No, I have been, but it was too much, and I achieved the goals that I set
Yeah.
for myself, and I wasn't thinking like, what's next? What's next? I was going to tournaments. I was still doing good, but I didn't play as good as I could have.
So you're saying we haven't seen the best of you this year. Is that what you're saying?
No, you may have, but I know that I can play better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that standard for yourself? Like, are you always critiquing yourself or maybe being under the microscope when you go back and like self-analyze your game or different shots or positional
I'm just
errors?
always trying to improve the game. Yeah, I'm always trying to analyze things. I'm always making mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
trying
mean,
to.
not many mistakes.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I do many mistakes, and people just seem not to see that, or they forget about it because of the year I've had, or the tournament I have. For example, the tournament I won in Ohio, I've had matches where I played bad. I've had wrecks where I played bad, but I ended up winning the tournament.
What do you mean, the Midwest or?
No, the Predator tournament.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Like it happens. I
You've had a lot of consistency there, even though the format's like more gambling it than
That's
most.
what I'm trying to achieve. I'm just trying to be as consistent as I can, and I'm trying to work on my weak part.
You took down 4/5 of the European team in the Bigfoot 10 ball. This is part of why I love sports is like the storylines that can come from it. And you
Is it
couldn't.
relevant?
What? Well, is it? You tell me. Is it relevant?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, man.
Is it goal for basketball? I don't know.
It made
I think it's pool.
it made for a lot of fun banter online for the week, but it was really cool because you had a lot of people rooting for you. It would have been easy, I feel like, for you to come up flat just because of the roller coaster you had been on, but your game seemed to go into a different gear, man.
I'm just trying to not let these things bother me because, like I said, the year is not over yet. I have a couple more tournaments. The important ones next week is actually super important. That's the World 8 Ball Championship and the Predator tournament in Puerto Rico. And if I let these things bother me, I may be super depressed, and
Right.
it's not gonna be good.
Well, you backed it up with a hell of a game, though, man. And it's like what you were able to go and achieve and who you were able to go and achieve it against, you couldn't have written that up like any better. The fact that all those guys played in the Bigfoot and then the bracket set itself up for you to
I
go and
know,
like chop
I
down
know.
one after another. At what point did you realize I got a pretty special opportunity here? Or was it literally one of those like one match at a time kind of deals?
It was one match at a time, of course, but before the finals, I had that extra pressure because I understood that it's only one match away from writing that little story that
Yeah.
I'll have under my belt, and I had a little extra pressure because of that, which I always try to avoid. Things
Yeah.
like that, like trying to put too much pressure. It's not good. Always bad thing.
But you held up.
Yeah, I mean, it turned out really well.
Which one did you like appreciate or value the most out of any of those wins?
Oh, the finals, of course.
Yeah.
I've played twice in the final before that.
Y'all
Even
y'all, y'all,
apart
y'all
from
played in the
the
Bigfoot final at Derby this year too.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
and
yeah,
Josh.
yeah.
And it was close.
It
You know?
was. I mean, it will be always close with him.
Yeah.
Like I will most likely I will never win like 11-0. It will never happen. Filler is a tough cookie, and it's gonna be tough every time, no matter what game you play with him. And
Outside of yourself, is he the toughest European player?
100%, yes.
Yeah, any game. Well, I mean, we haven't really seen him play one puck in a while, but like,
Even the one pocket, I think it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Would you want to play him
even
some?
the one pocket.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a good match.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know a lot of fans would like to go and see it. Both of you guys seem to be at the peak of your careers, and it's real weird, man. Like when all that kind of went down, um, it was like a lot of Americans rooting for you to be on like the opposing team.
yeah.
You know,
It is weird.
it
but,
is, man.
But I spent so much here that it seems like I'm local here.
Yeah, we've kind of like adopted you as our own.
Right.
And I've been saying that a little bit here and there. You know, whenever we had Alex on and we were talking about that in particular, the comparison that he made was Efren. Like not just in the sense of like, you know, how great you're playing the game right now, but more so like having fans but not being born here in the
Right.
States.
I mean, it's a good comparison, but
Because I don't think there's anyone that's transcended the game like that and built fans that way here in the States, aside from Efren, except for you. What do you say to that?
it's a really tough question. There is a lot of players out there, but maybe it's true.
I think a lot of people would go and agree.
I do have a lot of fans.
Yeah. Fedor Gorst is the best player on earth. How do you respond to that?
I don't know. It depends on the day. It depends on the discipline. It depends on the format. It all.
I don't want to hear none of those
Yeah, yeah,
humble
yeah,
answers,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let's talk about someone else. Let's talk about the kid who knocked you out of the 9 ball, Victor. I want to get how do you go and clock that kid, and where do you see his ceiling being at?
I mean, Victor was always a scary player, and it's weird. I'm always losing to the good guys.
Yeah.
Like it's always the same thing. Doesn't matter where I lose, I always lose to the good guys because I don't care as much. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
weird. Like Victor is a really good kid, and he's fearless, never misses. He's kind of like a European version of Bergman, but a little bit better.
Yeah.
His weakest part is the break, playing 10 ball or 9 ball. But after the break, he's unbelievable. I mean, he never misses. Like I say, his safeties can be improved a little bit, but I think he has a really big future. And we played with in juniors together, and I think he actually was beating me more uh, than I did.
Were you looking forward to that matchup with Jason if it were to go and happen, like in that semifinal leading to the final?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I was looking forward for that. Yeah,
Yeah. I think a lot of fans were as well.
yeah, and I don't know. Maybe we can make something happen.
Well, I mean, back in when was it? When did I see you last? Ohio, I think it was.
Michigan, maybe.
Michigan, Michigan. Yeah. So back then, this Jason was saying that the reason why you beat Carlo was because the guy couldn't break, and I said, well, who can stop you? That's who I was referring to, and he didn't even miss a beat. He said me. Now he
Mhm.
backed that up with beating Shane by like 40 games or whatever it was. Is that a game that the fans can go and see happen in the next few months?
I've been trying, and the thing with him will be he doesn't want the 3 point rule to be here.
How did they play? Did they play 3 point
No,
rule?
they didn't play the 3 point rule. They were arguing about that soft break, and I don't want any arguing. That's the only reason I play with
Yeah.
the 3 point rule. I don't want no arguing. I mean, maybe I agree that the rule is bullshit, and sometimes you break hard and nothing passes the head string, and you make both balls. But whatever, that's the part of the game. If we allow somebody to break soft, I just don't like to play that way.
Yeah.
It feels like playing bar table or something. I don't know. It's just weird. I'm not a big fan of rules that you can argue about. Like if for example he breaks softer, then
Yeah.
I think it's gonna create more arguing than 3 point rule.
There seems to have been like kind of a shift from getting away from that 3 point rule, like in tournament play. How do you like this new break format that Matchroom incorporated and that we're seeing starting to be, adopted by a lot of promoters?
It's the best thing ever happened to 9 ball, I think,
Yeah.
because it completely changed the game. It's not about the. It's more safety is involved. I like it. There's more tactic playing 9 ball, which wasn't really there before.
Just
Everybody
kind of a
was.
run out fest, especially with that template on with that one on the spot.
I mean, one on the spot with the template playing 9 ball was a joke in my opinion because you could have. I mean, it was fun sometimes to watch,
Yeah.
but to play wasn't for me. For example,
You were saying from the spectators versus sitting in the chair across from the guy.
yeah, I mean, for some spectators, I think it's pretty cool to see somebody running a 9 pack or
Well,
for
we wouldn't have
example.
seen like Shane come back on Mika
Yeah, yeah,
10
yes.
1 or whatever it was. Yeah.
Matches like this, they will happen with one on the spot and Magic Rack. But I think with that format that they use now, the better players are having a better chance at winning.
What are your goals over the next few months? I mean, I know you're saying you're going to Puerto Rico. You got your eyes on the 8 ball World Championship.
Yeah, I've been practicing my break a little bit the last couple of days, and I've struggled breaking hard. I don't break as hard as I mean, I can break hard, but my cue ball is flying all over. Like
But 8 ball is a little weird like that, man. There's no, it's so hard to get any kind of consistency.
eight ball is weird, yeah. But the harder you break, the more chances you have.
What's the format? Is it like take what you make,
I
or
honestly don't know.
I have no idea.
I have no idea what's the race.
It's a big difference too.
I
You know?
know, it's huge. It's huge.
You've had a lot of successes out there on those Predator events. Do you think you're one of the favorites going into it on the 8 ball?
On the 8 ball,
Yeah.
I don't know. The 8 ball. Last time I played 8 ball on the big table was in Turkey on the European Championships, I think, and I finished second. I lost to Mario in the finals. It was a long time ago. I played bar table 8 ball, and I kind of enjoy that game, but it's a little bit different.
Wow, you really are Americanized.
Yeah, I'm a bar table 8 ball player and one pocket and all that.
It was I saw a picture of Jeremy Jones, Shane Wolford, Nick DeLeon after you won the 10 ball. How cool was it to get support from the guys from QTech and your teammates when it comes to the equipment?
I mean, it was a great moment, and it was really cool that the guys were there and we took a picture. I really liked it.
What's outside of the Predator event? What's next year looking like for you?
Next year, January is already packed. It's starting with Turning Stone, and Kyle Ferguson will be putting up the tournament before Derby City Classic.
He told me whenever I was leaving, when I left that match with you and Carlo, he was going to try to do something like the week before or something.
The week before, actually,
Yeah.
yes, they will have a one pocket tournament, I think, and a bar table tournament.
It's a real nice room. If
maybe-
y'all guys are
yeah, it's
ever in
really
that
great.
area, and I mean, I'm not sponsored like you are, but I just haven't been there. I love that room.
Yeah,
It was
it's
really
perfect.
nice, man.
It's perfect, especially if you're coming for action, guys. It's the place to go if
But it's
all
cold,
the tables
man.
are. It
It's
is.
cold.
It is cold.
I mean, I'm from Texas. Like right now, it's like 60 degrees, and I'm freezing my ass off.
I know it's cold for me here too. Yesterday was like 90. I don't
It
know.
was, man. That's the kind of fluctuation we can have over here.
I know.
Let's talk about well, actually, you're going to be going to Derby City. Obviously, you're going to be defending your title.
Derby City, and after Derby, I think there will be some tournaments in February, but I forgot. Like Arizona, and I think Jason Romero has a tournament.
Yeah.
In Louisiana.
Right after Derby, I think, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there will be a bunch of tournaments in February too.
Do you think you could have a year like, I mean, not a year, but an event like you had last year at Derby? You think like you can go and recreate that or even
I
come
th-
close to it?
I think I can. Yeah, I think I can. I mean, I think I'm playing better one pocket. I don't know about Banks. I haven't played much. Banks is a lot of luck. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a short race, and you need to get a lot of rolls to win that tournament. The 9 ball, I think the 9 ball will be changed. I think they will change the format to the matchroom format. Last year was a break from anywhere and 9 on the spot with winner break. And I mean, I did have a chance against SCB, but I had 0 chances against Omar. I lost 9-0 to Omar.
Yeah.
It was that's why I'm not a big fan of formats like that. But yeah, I think this year I I will have the same goals as last year, and I think I can even improve a little bit.
How do you keep from getting fatigued going from event to event when you have these like week long events and not getting burnt out, man?
You can easily, but I don't know. I already have like my own system how to rest a little bit. You know, whenever one tournament finishes, I'm trying to be completely off from pool. You know, focus on other things and trying to rest and change my mind on something else.
You try to like just disconnect from pool altogether?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Because that's what I do all year. That's what I did all year. I've been playing a lot, more than anybody, 100%. Played more tournaments than anybody, and traveled a lot. And I think at some point I was ready to say, all right, I have to stop and maybe take a little break, but I never did.
No, it's been like all year long, man.
Yeah, I mean, I never did, and I will take a break after Puerto Rico. I'm staying a week there just to
Relax.
relax and have a vacation, and then I plan to come back, practice for a week, and hopefully I will play Roberto, but it's still not 100%. And after that, I'm gonna take a few weeks off, just not gonna play pool and maybe go to the gym. I need to put
You
some
need to
weights.
bulk up, man.
I know.
The Mexican food down here will do it to you, though.
I know.
Yeah, you know,
I already
a little
found my
bit-
spot.
Yeah, did you?
I already found my spot.
Where'd you go? Are
Uh,
y'all staying around here?
I'm staying like 10 minutes away, but we went to the place called Ramses, I think.
You probably butchered that
Benito
name.
owns it too.
Okay, yeah, it's a real good place.
It's
Yeah.
it's a great place. Yeah.
Are you gonna be watching the Mosconi Cup this year?
Yes, I will be.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Europe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Convincingly, you think it'll be close with that break format and those guys?
What's the break format?
The same? Uh,
The same as last year.
no,
One
no,
on
no,
the
no,
spot.
no. The way they've been playing at the event.
Oh, I mean, it favors Europe even more. I think the score will be 11-3.
Wow, 11-3.
That's my prediction.
Would it have been 11-0 if you were on the team?
I mean, it's racist to 5. I don't know, but I think. I mean, I love Americans and I love the people here, but I think Americans have zero chance.
Yeah. Whenever you played the Moscone Cup, there wasn't an environment, and a lot of people were saying that's part of what makes you a rookie for that event. Do you think that it was very different? I mean, you don't have any frame of comparison, obviously, not played in front of a crowd, but like, how was it playing just whenever it was just you guys and
I'm
just the
100%
players?
sure it's completely different. I mean, you have 3,000 fans or more, yelling and cheering, and I mean, it's completely different, and I don't have that experience.
Yeah.
I admit it. So I don't really know.
Do you think that all these finals appearances, starting from Derby City on this year, do you think it like makes you tougher from gambling and otherwise, like makes you tougher for whenever the pressure really does get mounted up on you?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, that finals, international or Derby City Classic, or any other tournaments, they have the crowd. It's not as big as
Of
Moscone, of
course,
course,
yeah.
but the pressure is kind of the same, and you still hear. It's not going to be the same. I mean, on Moscone Cup, everybody's yelling
Right.
super loud, and I personally don't know how it is, but I know how to fade the pressure.
Do you think Co's going to put any heat on you? And we'll get you out of here on that. Or do you think, or do you
Uh,
really like, you think it's going to be like 11-3 kind of European stomping like the Moscone Cup?
I don't know. Right now, I don't have the pressure. I personally have this match as a practice
That's true
opportunity.
because you really, nobody's really gotten on you at all this year. Like, in when it comes to gambling or any of that, you've always been a front runner.
Right, but I mean that's because I didn't let things like that bother me.
What do you mean?
Like if I will go to the match thinking like, oh, I'm a favorite, for example, and for example he has a lead after day one,
Yeah.
that's gonna put more and more heat on me on day two.
How do you think you'll handle it if it comes to that?
I'll just fight. I'm always fighting. I'm always trying my best, and I'm not thinking about any other bullshit like that.
Alex compared you to Dennis, the new sheriff in town. I don't know if you heard that quote whenever we had him on.
Yeah, I think it's completely different.
What do you mean?
I mean, Dennis is a different type of player. He Dennis is the guy who will come to the pool room and play for 22 hours straight, 6 days in a row.
You're younger than him. You ought to be able
I
to do
know,
that
but
with
I'm
ease.
completely different. I'll play 5 hours and leave, and not gonna think about pool for the rest 20 hours of this day.
Well, listen, good luck playing Co. I appreciate you coming on and being a good sport with all the questions. And we'll have you on soon, buddy.
Yeah, thanks,
Uh,
Mike.
Thanks, buddy.